So let me get this straight. I'm lying in a hospital bed, terrified out of my mind, about to go into surgery, and my husband, the man who promised to love me in sickness and in health, texts me that he can't make it because his ex-wife is having a family picnic. A picnic, not an emergency, not a crisis, a picnic with potato salad and frisbees. And now, 3 weeks later, he's on his knees begging me to help him because his entire life is falling apart. Yeah, I'm not making this up. I couldn't make this up if I tried. My name's Rachel, I'm 34, and I've been married to David for 6 years. He's 42, divorced, has 2 kids from his first marriage, Emma who's 16 and Jake who's 13. When we started dating, David was upfront about his situation. He told me his ex-wife Angela was still very involved in his life because of the kids, and that family came first. I respected that. I love that about him, actually. A man who prioritizes his children. That's attractive. That's what you want in a partner. But there's a difference between being a good dad and being your ex-wife's backup husband. I just didn't realize I'd married the latter until it was too late. Let me take you back to 3 weeks ago. I'd been having these stomach pains for months. Terrible, debilitating cramps that would leave me curled up on the bathroom floor. I went to doctor after doctor, and finally they found it. A large ovarian cyst that needed to come out immediately. Like, surgery scheduled for next week, immediately. I was terrified. I've never had surgery before. Never been under anesthesia. Never had someone cut me open. The doctor said it was routine, but my anxiety didn't care about statistics. I was scared. David knew this. He held me while I cried about it. He promised me he'd be there every step of the way. He took the day off work. He told me everything would be fine. The night before my surgery, I barely slept. David was up late in the living room, and I could hear him on the phone. I figured it was work stuff. He's always dealing with some crisis or another at his job. I didn't think anything of it. The next morning, we were supposed to leave for the hospital at 6 a.m. My surgery was scheduled for 8. I came downstairs at 5:30, already dressed, my overnight bag packed, trying to keep my breathing steady. David was sitting at the kitchen table, still in his pajamas, looking at his phone. "Babe, we need to leave in 30 minutes, I said. He didn't look up. "Rachel, we need to talk." Those 4 words. Nothing good ever follows those 4 words. "What's wrong?" I sat down across from him, my heart already starting to race. "Angela called last night," he said slowly. "She's having this family picnic thing today. It's been planned for weeks apparently. The kids really want me there. It's important to them." I stared at him. "Okay, but my surgery is today. You can go to the picnic afterward if it runs late. I should be out of recovery by early afternoon." "The thing is," David continued, not meeting my eyes, "the picnic starts at 10 and it's 2 hours away. If I take you to the hospital and wait through your surgery, I'll miss the whole thing. Angela's really counting on me to be there." I felt like I'd been slapped. "Are you seriously telling me you want to skip my surgery for a picnic?" "It's not just a picnic, Rachel. It's a family event. Emma specifically asked if I'd be there. You know how teenage girls are. If I don't show up, she'll be devastated. And Jake's been having a hard time at school. He needs to see that his family is solid. I'm your family." My voice was rising. "I'm your wife. I'm about to have surgery, and I'm scared out of my mind, and you're talking about potato salad and frisbees." "Don't be dramatic," David said, and I swear to God I saw red. "It's a routine procedure. You said yourself the doctor told you it's low risk. You'll be fine. My mom can take you." "Your mom?" I was standing now, my hands shaking. "You want your mother, who I've met exactly 4 times, to take me to my surgery instead of my husband? She already said she would. I called her last night. Rachel, please try to understand. I have to maintain a good relationship with Angela for the kids' sake. If I bail on this picnic, she'll make my life hell for months. You know how she gets." Here's the thing about that moment. It wasn't just about the picnic. It was about every time Angela called and David dropped everything. Every weekend he spent at the kids' activities that somehow Angela also attended. Every holiday that got rearranged around Angela's schedule. Every decision in our marriage that got vetoed because Angela wouldn't like it. I'd been patient. I'd been understanding. I'd been the cool wife who didn't complain when her husband's ex was constantly in the picture. And this is what it got me. "Get out," I said quietly. "What?" "Get out of my house. Right now." "Rachel, You're being unreasonable. I am being unreasonable. I was screaming now. I am about to have surgery. I am terrified. And you are choosing a picnic with your ex-wife over being there for me. Get out before I throw something at your head. David stood up, grabbed his keys, and left. He actually left. He walked out that door, got in his car, and drove to Angela's family picnic. I called my best friend Lauren, who dropped everything and met me at the hospital. She held my hand in pre-op. She was there when I woke up from anesthesia, groggy and in pain. She stayed with me overnight, sleeping in the uncomfortable chair next to my bed. David texted me once. Hope everything went well. At the picnic. We'll call later. He didn't call later. I was discharged the next day and went home to an empty house. David showed up that evening with flowers and apologies. He found me on the couch, still in pain, still furious. Baby, I'm so sorry, he started. I know I messed up, but the picnic was really important and... Stop, I interrupted. I don't want to hear it. I want you to leave. Leave? Rachel, come on. Let's talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. You made your choice. You chose Angela and a picnic over your wife's surgery. That tells me everything I need to know about where I rank in your life. That's not fair, David protested. You're always so jealous of Angela. She's my kid's mother. I have to maintain a relationship with her. Maintain a relationship? David, you're still married to her. You just don't live together anymore. Every decision you make, you check with her first. Every plan we have gets changed if it conflicts with what she wants. You spent more time with her last month than you did with me. Because of the kids. The kids are an excuse. I was crying now, pain medication and anger and hurt all mixing together. You use those kids to justify putting Angela first in everything. And you know what the worst part is? Emma and Jake are great kids. I love them. I've tried so hard to be a good stepmother. But you won't let me be part of that family because Angela doesn't want me there. And you care more about what she wants than what I need. David sank into a chair. What do you want me to do, Rachel? I want a divorce. The words hung in the air like a bomb. You don't mean that, David said finally. I absolutely mean that. I've been the other woman in my own marriage for 6 years. I'm done. I want a divorce. David left. Over the next week, while I was recovering from surgery alone, he called and texted constantly. Apologies. Promises to change. Flowers delivered every day. I ignored all of it. Then, 2 weeks after my surgery, he showed up at my door looking like he'd aged 10 years. Rachel, please. We need to talk. Can I come in? Against my better judgment, I let him in. He sat on my couch and put his head in his hands. My life is falling apart. Good, I said flatly. Angela's getting remarried. I blinked. What? She's been seeing this guy for 8 months apparently. Didn't tell me. Didn't tell the kids. Just announced it at Sunday dinner last week. She's getting married in 3 months and moving to Colorado with her new husband. Oh, this was getting interesting. The kids are devastated, David continued. Emma's refusing to speak to her. Jake's been having panic attacks. Angela says they can either move with her or stay here with me full-time. Full-time, Rachel. I don't know how to do this alone. You've been co-parenting for years, I pointed out. How is this different? Because Angela did everything. She handled the school stuff, the doctor appointments, the emotional support. I just showed up for the fun parts. And now she's leaving and she basically told me I'm on my own because she's starting fresh with her new family. I almost laughed. So let me get this straight. Angela, the woman you've been prioritizing over your actual wife for 6 years, is abandoning you. And now you want my help. I know I don't deserve it, David said miserably. I know I've been a terrible husband. But Rachel, I'm drowning here. Emma needs a woman in her life. Someone stable. Someone who cares about her. And Jake, he's asking for you. He said you're the only adult who doesn't make him feel anxious. That broke my heart a little. Those kids didn't ask for any of this. Emma and Jake had always been sweet to me, even though Angela made it clear I wasn't welcome at family events. Jake especially had warmed up to me over the years. We'd bonded over video games and superhero movies. What exactly are you asking me? I said carefully. Don't divorce me, David begged. Please. I know I screwed up massively. I know I put Angela first when I should have put you first. I know I failed you in the worst way possible. But I'm begging you for another chance. Not just for me, for the kids. They need you. I need you. You needed me 3 weeks ago, I said coldly. Where were you then? At a stupid picnic that didn't even matter, David said, tears running down his face now. Making the biggest mistake of my life. Rachel, I can't undo that. But I can promise you it will never happen again. Angela is out of our lives now. It's just us. Just our family. Please. I looked at this man, this broken, crying man who'd shattered my trust, and I felt nothing. No love. No anger. Just emptiness. Here's what's going to happen, I said slowly. I'm not making any decisions about our marriage right now. You're going to move into the guest room. We're going to start marriage counseling immediately. And you're going to prove to me that I'm your priority. Not through words, through actions. Anything, David said quickly. I'll do anything. I'm not done, I continued. The kids can stay here. I'll help with Emma and Jake because they don't deserve to suffer because their parents are a mess. But you need to understand something, David. I'm doing this for them, not for you. You broke something fundamental when you chose that picnic over my surgery. I don't know if it can be fixed. I'll fix it, David promised. I swear I'll fix it. That was 2 weeks ago. David moved into the guest room. Emma and Jake moved into the spare bedrooms. My house went from quiet and empty to chaotic and full overnight. And honestly, it's been weird, but also kind of nice. Emma and I have been having long talks late at night about her mom, about her feelings, about being 16 and scared and angry. She opened up to me in ways she never did before, and I realized she'd always wanted a relationship with me. Angela just wouldn't allow it. Jake's been teaching me how to play his favorite video games. We make dinner together. He tells me about school. He started calling me Mom Rachel, which makes me want to cry every time. David's been trying. Really trying. He goes to therapy twice a week, individual and couples with me. He's taken over all the kids' appointments and school stuff. He checks in constantly, asks how I'm feeling, actually listens when I talk. But here's the thing, I still don't trust him. Every time his phone rings, I tense up. Every time he's late coming home, I wonder if he's choosing someone else over me again. Every time he makes a promise, I wait for him to break it. The therapist says trust takes time to rebuild, that I need to be patient with myself, that it's okay to still be angry. And I am angry. I'm furious. Because I shouldn't have had to almost lose my marriage for my husband to realize I mattered. I shouldn't have had to go through surgery alone for him to understand that I'm supposed to come first. But here's the complicated part. I'm not sure I want the divorce anymore. Not because David's changed. Not because he's trying. But because somewhere in the chaos of the past month, I fell in love with being a full-time stepmom. I love having Emma and Jake here. I love our family dinners and movie nights and the way the house feels alive now. I love these kids, and they need stability. They need someone who's not going to abandon them. They need a home where they feel safe. Can I give them that while still protecting my own heart? I don't know. David asked me yesterday if I'd made a decision about us. Not yet, I told him. Ask me again in 6 months. I can wait, he said. I'll wait as long as it takes. And maybe that's the difference now. Before, David wouldn't wait. He wouldn't prioritize me. He wouldn't choose me over convenience or Angela's demands or a stupid picnic. Now he's waiting. He's showing up. He's doing the work. Is it enough? I honestly don't know. What I do know is this. I'm not the same woman I was 3 weeks ago. That woman would have accepted whatever David offered and been grateful for scraps of attention. That woman would have swallowed her hurt and smiled through the pain. This woman knows her worth. This woman knows she deserves a partner who shows up when it matters. This woman isn't settling for less than that ever again. So David can wait. He can prove himself. He can show me through consistent action that I'm his priority now. And in 6 months, maybe I'll believe him. Or maybe I'll hand him divorce papers and walk away with my head held high. Either way, I'm not making the decision out of fear or loneliness or because I think I can't do better. I'm making it because I choose to. On my terms. In my time. To anyone out there dealing with a partner who puts everyone else first, you deserve better. You deserve someone who shows up for your surgery, who holds your hand when you're scared, who doesn't make you compete with their ex for basic human decency. And if they can't give you that, walk away. You're worth more than being an afterthought in your own marriage. I'm Rachel. I'm still deciding my future. But I'm doing it with my eyes wide open this time. And that picnic David chose over me? Angela didn't even show up. She sent her fiancé instead because she was too busy packing for Colorado. David spent the whole day there for nothing. Funny how life works out sometimes.